writing at that time. It was like political and music writing. And I never saw, there wasn't any zines made by parents. There wasn't very many parents around me. When I had my daughter, I was the first one of my friends that had my daughter. And I could see different parents around me, and I wanted to communicate more with different people. You know, if they were like Rastafarian, Wiccan, anarchist, punk, rock, like anything, you know, just to communicate that at that time people thought it was really strange that you could be a parent and be, I don't know, it was just for some reason it seems really funny now, it doesn't make sense, but at the time it seemed like a very strange thing that I could be a parent, and then to have a zine about parenting, that seemed like a very funny thing, like a parent with a zine, ha ha ha, you know. Which now it really isn't at all, it's like this whole, but, okay, get my thoughts together. Okay, so I put out a zine, and then in 2007, a local bookstore picked up my zine and they did an anthology of 16 years of it, and they made it into a book. And then I had that experience of, it's still a small press, but having a book and then having a 22-year-old, and like now I'm more of an empty nest parent, and being more reflective over time. Looking back, there's certain times, I have more space to think about things in a certain way. I mean, I raised my daughter predominantly on poverty. I was on welfare for 10 years. I've seen after so-called welfare reform, there was a lot of silence. There used to be more radical welfare mothers writing, especially in community newspapers. And I've seen that voice kind of disappear. And I've always been just really supportive of anybody. And last week I was thinking about that when I was riding the bus, because I didn't think I could come here, and usually I don't deal with much parenting stress anymore. Like, I'm in a very much more easy place. My daughter is very self-sufficient. I mean, she's always worked since she's been like 12 or something, but I was thinking about, I guess, about poverty, the place of poverty in writing, because normally I'm really used to the part about motherhood. Like, it's hard to write without a babysitter. It's hard to write without space or resources or money. You know, there's different things that make it hard to write. But I was thinking also just the experience, just you and the empty page. Sometimes sometimes it's hard to write about your reality. And I was thinking, the last thing I want to share with you is what I'm doing as political activism right now is I'm working on a project with Vicky Law called Don't Leave Your Friends Behind. And we're gathering up concrete ways to support parents and kids in your movement or community. We've been working on this for like 6-7 years, and we have I have flyers for it, that there's a free zine you can get, and also I have a piece of paper I want to give everybody so they could submit to the project, because we're going to work on a book in the fall. So thank you very much.